forward position, 6'7", number 3, Ryan Dunn. Starting at shooting guard, 6'7", number 23, Bilal Coulibaly. Starting at the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 22, Franz Wagner.
And Jim, the proverbial irresistible force versus the immovable object. It's offense against the defense.
Well, they talk about styles making fights, and I think that's what you're going to have here. You've got an offense incredibly difficult to control against one of the league's best defenses. Let's see which style wins out tonight.
You know, two different styles. That's always fun. You can really start to measure the analytics and the numbers, can't you?
Well, so often, Kevin, it's about which team can impose their will and style of play on the other. Typically, that's the team that's going to have the advantage.
Good point. Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Oubre. McDaniels is out there with Jalen Williams. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
I briefly spoke with Charles Lee. He talked about how difficult it is to match up against Victor Wembanyama. Coach said the biggest concern is Wemby's defense. His rim protection is game-changing. But he told me that it doesn't mean settling for outside shots. It means ball movement and spacing the floor will be key. Kevin, back over to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. And here's Thompson after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. It's Thompson off the drive. The shot's good.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Pass to McAdoo. Good defense by Wembanyama. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Wembanyama outside. Drops in the tray.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Dunn finds Doncic. Back to Dunn. Pass to McAdoo from outside the arc. Rebound by the 76ers. And Tim, I think it's safe to say that Kelly Oubre is an eccentric guy.
Well, Kevin, he's got the tattoos, the painted fingernails, certainly not afraid to express himself stylistically. And in this league, if you can play, well, the dress code is flexible.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Doncic kicks to Dunn. Pass to McAdoo. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Coulibaly. And the Hornets miss again. Thompson with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here he goes. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Now, here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Wembanyama, a screen. Here's Williams. Deliver the hammer!
What a finish! Man, Jalen Williams auditioning for the dunk contest. That was nasty.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
through.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Charlotte moving the ball around. Charlotte no good that time either. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. Williams a screen. Outside for Wembanyama. Misses the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Doncic passes to McAdoo. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
And that's a part of what makes McAdoo such a great scorer on the inside. Even with the man all over him, he can avoid the block and still be on target. Beyond the line, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Henderson's checked in for the Hornets. Now, here's Doncic. He has 5. Wagner wide open. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Oubre against Wagner. Out to Thompson. Pass to McDaniels. He's looking for Wembanyama and finds him. Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by McAdoo.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
And here's Wagner. Charlotte again missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Williams. Wembanyama sets a screen for Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And Jalen Williams that time showing you that explosive athleticism.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Charlotte, trailing by 4. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Now, here's Thompson. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. A shot by Wembanyama, no good.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
Doncic kicks to Wagner. Here's McAdoo, defended by Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. Here's Doncic. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Thompson. Williams looking around. And it's sent back by McAdoo.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Doncic. Wagner passes to Henderson. Here's the screen. Dunn left side. Charlotte no good that time either.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with... the jam.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
A timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Mark Williams is checked in for the Hornets. Johnson comes in for Doncic. Some changes for Philadelphia. To the paint. And finished off by Williams.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Here's Black. After the basket by Charlotte. Reed a screen on Henderson. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Reed misses. Hornets trail by 4. Wagner passes to Anderson. Here's Black. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Thibault. Beyond the arc. The Hornets pull it in. McAdoo's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, Johnson for 3. It's hauled in by Woods. The 76ers leading by 4. Now Black. He has yet to score. That one doesn't drop. Nice defense from Wagner.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Williams gets the bucket.
We always talk about Wagner's versatility. That includes the playmaking.
Black with it. There's a good screen. And that one is hammered home.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Black. Pass to Thibault. Fires from deep. Franz Wagner grabs the miss. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one.